immersion braking there, but it circumvents this bullshit.
Did you see the other image? It shows the Defender being just a hair bigger than the Saber Raven, or a regular Saber, I'm sorry.
That's gonna be interesting, considering it comes with a medium shield. And it's got Xi'an engines.
Oh, the
So,
is this the Santoki Eye?
no,
No.
the Banu Defender.
Oh, the Banu Defender. Okay.
Santoki Eye is gonna be probably bigger than both those.
Yeah, it's gonna be a beast.
But if I'm not mistaken, right? It's one medium shield for the Defender.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
the same as the Terrapin. Doesn't mean a whole lot if it doesn't have a power plant to power it. Here's the image I was talking about. Kaboom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're spawned in the same hangar.
See, what I want to know is if they're able to spawn it in the hangar, are they able to see the loadout on it? So I want to see what the loadout in game is, because it's always different than what they say on the site.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm sure there's some. Wow, Caterpillar traveled fast. Still on Arial, buddy?
Yes, sir. Looks like the planet Vulcan. Right where I'm at.
I can't believe I've been missing out on all this cat action so long.
Or so technically, if it's a rack size 4,
Maybe it'll have a.
then you can equip a 414, right? So you can have two size 4 missiles.
I think so. I mean, my guess is it'll be kind of like a Warden. It'll have like some size 2 components, right?
If it's a size 4 rack, you go, yeah, 4 size 2.
It comes standard with 2 small power plants, 2 small coolers, medium shield generator, 2 small fuel intakes, 2 medium fuel tanks, small quantum drive, small jump module, 2 small quantum fuel tanks, 4 size 3s, and 2 size 4 missile racks. And it says missile model is the
Cut out.
TBC EMP missiles. Defender comes with EMP missiles. Interesting.
That could just be a bunch of placeholder jargon. So that's the same missile that was supposed to come on the Warden too, I think. Not the Warden,
Sentinel.
Sentinel. Some, I don't remember their name or number, but it was similar.
8 size 2 missiles, though, if you want them. That's nice.
Yeah, I've been playing with the, not the Rattlers, but the cross-section missile. Dude, those things are amazing.
Yeah, the Rattlers got debuffed.
They're still pretty badass. But yeah, whenever possible, I think cross sections are probably better.
You know what's interesting about the Defender is when it goes into flight mode, it's pulling those winglets inward and forward.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're facing someone, that's more valuable to have a longer cross section than a wider one. So it's going to actually have a better cross section than the Saber.
How will it fly, though? That's the question.
It's got Xi'an engines.
Yeah. So does the Reliant. Take that with a grain of salt. Every ship needs some.
Free.
Yeah, every ship needs some balancing. So.
Yeah, it comes down to that center gravity.
Yep.
That's the issue. they placed it all wonky, but they came out. I forget which one that was, a flight model or whatever. They talked about why the Razor
Yep.
flies like shit, and it's like, well, it's we place the center of balance at this angle of point on the
Yeah.
nose rather than like the actual center of gravity, and that's why it does what it does.
Yep.
It's like, well, why'd you do that, dipshit? Because we wanted it to make cool sound effects. It seems unrelated. I think I'll be getting that
They said it's
Defender.
one of the things that they're looking to fix, though. That they're going to get to it eventually.
Question is, do I melt my Hurricane for a Defender?
That is a good question. I would wait and see the loadout first.
Singe cannons. So it's gonna come down to if they're gonna
Buff them.
buff Singe cannons. Yeah.
Because they pulled out the the
Yeah, they made them the weakest gun
sledgehammer.
in the game.
Yeah, they pulled out the sledgehammer for the nerf on them. So now they pretty much suck your ship dry of energy and pop out a spark, and that's about it.
Eat my confetti! Pew pew! The other nice thing is with the winglets pulled up, all four guns are like right next to each other. So you're never gonna have that close combat issue where, like on a Saber, the weapons are really spread wide across the wings. So when you're up close, they seem to hit all over the ship. This will have a lot more pinpoint precision because they're pulling the weapons into the same line of fire.
Yeah, kind of like the 4 small lasers on the Vanguard. When combined in a tiny little spot, they're pretty deadly.
Right, let's see here. Weapons. And it's gonna be interesting because it should have alien, at least some alien tech as far as coolers, engines, and all that stuff. Could be
some
that
of the,
stuff.
Yeah, that you saw. Some of it could be capital class components for a new ship going, maybe?
Nothing's capital sized.
No?
Mm-hmm.
Thank God. Not ready to buy a capital ship right now. I'm near the polar region, by the way,
It's terrible.
Alpha.
I'm here.
What?
My kids were driving crazy. Sorry. Muted. Where'd you go, buddy?
I'm near the polar region.
So the Manda's GT220 size 3 does 480 DPS.
Mm-hmm.
The Singe Cannon size 3 does 182 DPS.
Whoa, that's really, really bad.
Wow.
Now, John Crew recently spoke about that, and that those data miners are missing bits of information about how those DPS and weapons loadout works, which is why we seem like we're having such weird issues with some of the weapons.
Well, they're talking about that one where you can actually outfit your ship and calculate the DPS on it. And the ones that I look at are the hard spec sheets,
Yeah, Hardpoint.io.
not
Yeah.
Hardpoint.io. I'm on Star Citizen database.
I still think there's weird. Like that Cameron guy using missiles to test ships' strength and abilities. Doesn't even understand that it's like Legos, and if you break the center Lego, you don't have to do the full damage to break up a ship. Doesn't understand how the game works.
It's all going to change once armor and stuff comes out.
Oh, I agree.
Yeah. So,
So, are you on the northern or southern pole?
Go to OM1, whatever that is. I think that's
Uh,
the northern.
yeah.
Though the moon kind of acts like it's on its axis. It's tilted on its axis.
Might. But I'll head back. I was tabbed out trying to do something for my kids. I almost dorked it into the planet.
Yeah, no problem, man. Here.
Yeah, the DPS is showing the same on Hardpoint IO, so maybe.
There you go.
Thank you, sir. Well, all these data miner guys, and I thought
Well,
CIG was doing it from the start, it's got key things completely hidden that is making.
why don't they just put this fucking shit in the game? Like, you shouldn't have to go buy
Yeah.
something to try it. I don't go and buy a car and they're like, you have to buy it first to figure out what the top speed of this car is or the
Yeah.
gas mileage. Like,
Because
just
we're in fucking not to be rude to you this time, but we're in fucking development. Can't
Yeah, I
just
get it.
blanket. Can't just say here's this and this is what it does. We have
well,
to
they can link
be put in
the
the game, and they have to
they
be
can
played with and used to be balanced.
all they
I
Turned
have
see
in.
it. I see it from both your guys' point of views.
all they have
I
to do
think, I
is
think they,
link the
that,
specs
yes,
so that it automatically updates.
exactly.
Every time they make a change, it just updates to the user
Do
interface, and that
you?
way, like,
But
you can see it actively, and people
they
can
don't.
give their input better that way.
Yeah, they don't want to put that kind of effort in right now
But
because
see,
they're still developing.
here's the thing you're not thinking about. If they do that, the people that are just trying to spend time in the game and get a feel for the game are going to do their thing,
Hmm.
and then all the min maxers are going to come out and they're going to make this game very unpleasant to even bother with.
Yeah.
Well, it's what people still do, regardless. It's just like at least make it fair for the people that don't min max, make an educated
Hey,
loadout.
Carlos.
Quick hide. Here.
Because I think a lot of people that are doing the min maxing are doing this amount of research
Yeah.
and trying to do this, whereas other people that are just trying to play the game and enjoy it
Well, I
are
think
getting shorthanded by
I
that
think you hit the nail on the
information.
head. Is that there's people out there doing min maxing. As long as people are out there doing min maxing, they're trying out all the weapons. Versus if everybody knows what they do and they see that one does a massive amount, they're going to go for the one that does a massive amount. Versus if they leave it the way it is right now, they min max every time there's a patch, so all of them get used. So they want people to be constantly,
It
churning
cha-
this stuff over and trying it out.
that's what they need. They need more turnover. And if there's an instant I win sheet that says everybody go buy this weapon because it does the most,
Yeah, they won't test it.
They
then,
should
then
develop
there's no point in even bothering with anything else.
they should develop the weapons on a uniform platform where they have a slider that basically depicts what the end result DPS is going to be. And for size 3s, there should be a cap, per se, for the max DPS of a size 3. And that's dictated by moving the slider on, and sort of like the DNA slider for the phases and whatnot. You move it in a direction of, okay, this consumes more heat and has higher range. So then it'll do more DPS but fire slower. And like, but there should be like a uniform thing because it seems like it's all over the place and it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Like there's not
I'm not
linking.
arguing. I'm not
Yeah.
arguing the fact that the weapons don't make sense and they are all over. That's a thing. Just how that is.
That's
But
why I feel like they should actually give us the specs on it because then it's gonna be like, okay, well I can
they
clearly.
change. They literally change that shit multiple times a day.
But
There is no reason, no rhyme to go and spend that much time to just regurgitate it out to the people who want to go min max every ship they touch.
well, it's more so like I go and test the gun and I'm just
Why?
flying super shitty, right? I'm flying super shitty, and I'm not landing my shots, but I'm like, okay, this gun just sucks now. Versus knowing that they made a change and they alter the DPS on it by yay much, then I know that is directly a correlation of something that they've adjusted on the back end, and then I can give my input on how that worked out. It just seems like we kind of agreed on this before, that it feels like they just have this pendulum effect where they come in, they're like, okay, here's the Singe cannons, and they're uber powerful and they instant hit scan, and
And
then people are like, okay, this is too much, and they're like, okay, well, here's the Singe cannons, they do absolutely jack shit, and it's just like there's no fine tuning going on because there's no actual input that
there's no
players can give.
reason. There's no reason to fine tune any of it, let alone
Yeah.
give everybody a printout daily about how everything's working right now. I mean, I agree with you. We need to have access to some of this information, but
Yeah.
when we actually have something that's going to stay that way for more than 10 minutes, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
But my meta loadout right now could change from the back door side of things in the next 20 minutes, and I'll never know.
Yeah.
And I don't want them to spend the time and energy to let me know that that's changed by that minute amount when I would rather them finish like my game mechanics that I would like to go salvage shit, or I would like to go science the shit out of something, or
Or
I
hell, use my Moby
I
glass in a
understand.
ship.
I understand completely where you're at with it, Deadpool, and the pew pew in me wants to know every fucking detail of everything too.
Mm-hmm.
But I just know right now,
Yeah. We all want it.
way too early
It's
for.
but it's something that they could do once. It would take one patch, and then it would transition every time they make a micro adjustment. If they link the back end data sheets to the kiosk at where the weapons are purchased, you'll see those changes, and they never have to touch it again.
Yep.
And it's
And
just it would be easy for everyone. And then it's not there. I feel like there's too much confusion. I guess for me, anyways. Like
Well,
everything
the thing is,
changes.
the confusion gives them wiggle room. They can make adjustments and changes as they see fit to account for other things, power plants, all kinds of
the,
things. So
the weapons and shit, and the power plants and the shields and all that shit, how that works, they wild, they fluctuate wildly, and that's on purpose to have
yeah,
people get in here and find out why what I just did yesterday was awesome. Why can I not do that today with the same shit?
yeah.
And there's no reason.
It's to encourage testing.
Putting your spec sheet out will just make people go run cargo until they can get the component they want, or they'll go online and they'll buy the ship that comes with the component and swap it out. That doesn't promote the gameplay that they're looking for,
True.
the testing that they're looking for. That's why we're going through this weird wild swing.
Arduous. Yeah, it's
They're
arduous
they're
for a reason. I get what you're saying.
Yeah,
they're doing this to get the data they need, and
yeah,
it's a pain in the ass, and we all hate it. But it is what it is.
yeah. Star Citizen is coming, but Squadron 42 will be coming first, and that's what they're
Yeah.
really grabbing as much data as they can for. So some of this stuff is to test shit that's coming in that game.
Yeah, and I'm with you, Deadpool. I really am.